G'day, g'day. Got a special episode for you this morning. As you know, my two co-hosts, Alan Davis, Mick Rogers and I, we're all Australian. So we thought we'd better give you a quick guide to understanding Australian humour. So here's my 4 tips for understanding how we Aussies tick. Now, the first thing, of course, is that we have to talk about what's called sensory humour. You'll notice that we Australians, we smile a lot, we laugh, and we generally have a positive disposition. So on this cycling life, if I see Mick or Alan being too serious, I let them know. I say, hey guys, come on, smile, be cheerful. Now there's a reason for that actually. You see, in Australia, we have a lot of dangerous animals that are ready to kill you at any moment. So as a child, we learn to just appreciate the joy of living. But also, very importantly, we also understand that most people just don't like being around miserable assholes. So we try to be positive, we try to be kind of happy. And what we also understand, of course, is that if you're positive and happy, that can also rub off on other people. So on this cycling life, we want you to be positive, we want you to be happy, so we smile and we laugh a lot. Now, of course, there's something else here, right? Because you know, Australia, in terms of like the European settlement, it was actually founded by the British and they sent all their convicts there and they chained them together, right? So actually, Australians tend to be really good at telling jokes and, you know, funny stories, because if you're going to be chained together with somebody else, you got to kind of, you know, understand how to lighten the situation and to get along. So, you know, in this cycling life, you'll also see that, you know, we tell funny stories, you know, we crack jokes. And there's a reason for that, because the psychology research even shows that, you know, people who laugh together, have fun together, they tend to have stronger senses of empathy and bonding for each other. So we want you guys to have fun, but also to like us and to laugh along with us. So we tell lots of jokes and funny stories, you know. There's something else here, right? And, you know, Australians, we tend to be quite self-deprecating. Now, what does that mean? We tend to laugh and kind of make jokes of ourselves a bit. Maybe this comes to being chained together or something. You know, when you're chained together, everyone's kind of equal. But also there's an important point here, which is about like hierarchy, right? Because, you know, like these British, they sent us from England and they were like, they had a very like stratified hierarchical society. So Australians, we tend not to like that very much. We like everyone to kind of be the same, and we like equality. So you know, even guys like Mick and Alan, they're like world champions, you know, podiums in Milan San Remo and stuff. But actually, they're super down to earth guys. They're really regular people. So you know, we don't like the tall poppies in Australia. But also, it's super important because again, you know, if you want people to talk to you, to relate to you, to communicate to you, it doesn't help if they're kind of afraid of you and they put you up on some pedestal. So in this cycling life, you know, you'll often see us joking about ourselves and stuff like that, because, you know, we're no different to you guys. We're nothing special, and we really love to, you know, have a bit of banter and joke around with each other. We don't take ourselves too seriously, right? There's something else actually, if you think about all these 3 things put together, right? You know, just generally projecting a positive attitude, telling funny jokes and stories, being self-deprecating. The research shows that, you know, if you can do all this stuff, you tend to be less stressed than other people. So, you know, if we're in a, you know, some sort of pandemic situation, for example, people who can do this kind of stuff tend to manage stress and worry much better than others. So, you know, this cycling life, you know, we're also trying to help all you guys and girls out there to get through this by laughing and having some fun. And also it helps us to deal with stuff. Mick and Alan are under lockdowns. I'm a bit luckier here in Belgium, but still, we need to laugh to stay positive. The last thing here, of course, is that this cycling life, we don't like the, how do you put it, the ism kind of humour. And actually, Australians, you know, we use some strong humour. I'll come to that in a second. But actually, we're a very multicultural society. I think, you know, we take gender equality very seriously. We take diversity very seriously. So we don't like racism and sexism and stuff like that. And that's also true for us on this cycling life. However, you will see from time to time me and the guys being a little bit sarcastic with each other. Now, there's a reason for that, because in Australia, you know, how do you know a true friend? Well, a true friend is someone who, when you insult them, they smile, and then they say even something more insulting back to you, right? That's friendship. But there's something special here, right? And this goes back to the psychology research again. The psychology research shows actually that, you know, if you're a bit sarcastic with someone, what you're saying is kind of different to what you mean, and that lights up the brain. It helps people be really creative and And to think, however, it only really works with people who like you and know that you love them. And I love Mick and Alan, so we can do this. We can be a little bit sarcastic with each other. However, we're not going to be using sarcasm or put downs with people we don't know, because the research also shows that some people don't get it, right? So if you're a stranger, if they don't know you so well, and you're sarcastic towards them, actually it has the opposite effect. Instead of liking you and triggering their creativity and their ability to think, it has the opposite effect because they feel threatened and afraid. So we Aussies, we do use sarcasm, but we do it with our mates, and we understand that there's always a bit of a red line there. So I hope these tips help you to understand kind of what makes us tick on this cycling life, and now you understand how to engage in Australian humour.